welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be creating this cool tone makeup look. So if you want to see how to get this makeup look, then you know what to do. I'm going to first dip my brush here into this pinky purpley shade. I'm going to use that as my transition, working it into the crease. So next I'm going to hop into this dark gray shade here. And I'm going to build that up on the outer corner just to add some depth and intensity here. Same thing on the other eye. Once I work it on the outer corner, I'm going to slowly drag it up here into the crease just a little bit. Okay, and then lastly, I'm going to hop into this dark brown color called Bedrock. And I'm going to take that on a small condensed brush and just work that as close to the lash line as possible. I don't want to bring it in too far. I just want to focus it mainly on the outer third of my eye. So let's hop into this beautiful shade right here called Snake Eyes. Oh, it's so beautiful. Then I'm just gonna use my big fluffy brush. Like, this is the biggest brush ever, and which is the brush that I was using with the first initial shade we went in, which was Python, and I'm just gonna blend that out. One more time, I'm just gonna hop into Rock Steady, just because I feel like some of that shimmer covered it up. Okay, so I just dusted away any of the fallout that got on my face, tried to get as many glitter particles off as I could, but you know, I'm just gonna have to deal with it if I look like Edward Cullen. I'm gonna jump right into foundation. So for foundation, I'm gonna be using this Hint Skin Tint. I don't know what it is about that name, but I just like it. I've been testing this out the past couple days, and I'm still trying to get the hang of it and gather my thoughts. I do think that with this foundation or skin tint, less is more. So I just dropped a little bit on my cheeks, and I'm using my sponge to blend that out. Also with this foundation, I find that it does sometimes cling to the dry patches I have right here. So I just try to apply the least amount of product there as I can. Let me know in the comments down below if you've tried this skin tint. What do you think of it? Do you like it? Do you like the finish? Does it drink to your... Does it drink? Does it cling to your dry patches if you have any? So I'm just putting a little bit under my chin here. Just going to apply some of that same Fit Me concealer under my eyes and on this little friend I have here. Actually, it's not a friend, it's an enemy, and I want them to go away and not leave a battle scar on my face. Thank you very much. As always, I'm gonna let that kind of dry down a little bit. Put that on that other friend. These little friends on my chin. These little friends. And while that dries, I'm going to fill in my brows because I'm looking a little bit crazy. Just combing up the hairs. If I had a fairy godmother like Cinderella, that would be what I wished for. Perfect brows. Instead of going straight in with the largest surface area of your pencil, kind of take it at an angle so you're just using the edge. And just use the edge. You can get an even smaller line that looks more like hair. And if you feel like you've gone up too far, you can just use your finger and kind of blend it out. Fingers are friends, my friends. That reminds me of Finding Nemo. Fish are friends, not food. I'm gonna take my sponge again. I also really like the Flower Beauty sponge, the purple one. It's really bouncy and soft. Blend this guy out. I'm gonna go in with my finger because I feel like the warmth of my hand will help to blend this out. I waited a little bit long to blend that. So next I'm gonna go into bronzer, blush, and highlights. For blush, I'm going to be going into this Essence Satin Touch blush in the shade 20 Satin Love. Just gonna apply that to my cheeks. A little bit higher, kind of right under my eyes actually. And this blush lasts so well on my cheeks. Like, I have a blush from Patrick Ta that is a similar color to this. I can't remember the exact shade name. I think it's She's Seductive. And I swear this blush looks so similar color-wise, and it actually lasts just as well and blends just as well. And this one's actually more pigmented. And then I'm gonna just take a clean, fluffy brush and blend around the edges, make it look more like skin. And actually, while I'm here, I'm going to take a little bit of that blush and just pop it on my eyes to make the whole look a little bit more cohesive. I'm going to be going into my L'Oreal True Match Lumi Bronze It bronzer. More of a cool tone bronzer, and it has a little bit of shimmer, but I really like it. Applying it under my cheekbones a little bit right here to lift my eyes. I'm just taking a clean fluffy brush once again and blending out those edges. So for highlight, I'm going to be going into one of my favorite highlights from Colourpop. It's their Super Shock highlight in the shade Lunch Money. I'm just working that onto the top of my cheekbones, then going back in with my sponge to pat that in. Okay, so then for lips, I'm going to jump in with this lippie pencil from Colourpop in the shade BFF. For lipstick, I'm gonna go in with this Maybelline lipstick in the shade Warm Me Up 235. Just gonna pat that in. I'm going to use the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Creme Brulee. Okay, so to finish up, I'm just going to hop back into that eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to take the shade Python, work that along the lower lash line. I don't want to bring it too far down because I don't want to look like I haven't slept in 10 years. And then just to deepen it up slightly, I'm gonna go into that Rock Steady shade on a very tiny brush and just work that onto this outer corner. And then to tightline, I'm gonna go into my Maybelline Tattoo Studio eye pencil. So I just added a little bit of this eyeliner to my upper waterline on this outer third. And now I'm just applying some on the lower third, kind of in between my lashes, not on the waterline. I actually think I want to add a little bit of eyeliner on the top, just on the outer corner. And then I'm going to take the same brush I was using with the Rock Steady shade, and I'm just going to kind of blend that. And for an inner corner highlight, I'm going to go into this really pretty Super Shock shadow in the shade Slated. Where did I get the stone from? And I'm going to pop that in the inner corner. For mascara, I'm going to go in with my Honest Beauty mascara. This has a lash primer, which is pretty cool, so I'm going to use that first. I do feel like it makes my lashes a little bit longer when I use this primer. Okay, so I'm just going to let that dry for a minute. Okay, so that's dried. I'm just going to go in with the mascara now. Squinting into the brush and wiggling back and forth. Just gonna set my brows, and I'm gonna be using my Essence and Make Me Brow in the shade 02 Brownie Brows. So I actually start in the middle of my brows and work my way back, and I don't press all the way down on my skin. I'm not even dipping back into the container because you don't need that much product. Okay, so to finish, I'm just gonna set the face, and I'm gonna use my Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. So yeah guys, that's the finished look. I hope you like how it turned out. I really do. I think the cool tones just look awesome for fall and winter. I hope you all liked it, and I hope that you will subscribe if you haven't already, and click on the bell so you can be notified every time that I upload. Also, please give this video a thumbs up. It would help my channel out so much. I love you all so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.